The MMA world has had some really interesting things going on as of recently. We always have some really cool stories going on, and some of the most recent ones are getting very heated. So what's going on in the world of MMA? Well, stay tuned to today's video as we're going to cover Giga Chikadze saying he's lost respect for Volkanovski for cheap move. First up, we have Giga Chikadze saying he lost respect for Volkanovski for cheap move. It seems like Giga Chikadze, a UFC featherweight contender, is no longer a fan of Alexander Volkanovski after recent tensions have appeared between the two of them. Chikadze recently called out for the next title shot against Volkanovski after Max Holloway pulled out due to an unforeseen injury. Volkanovski and even the UFC opted to go for Chain Zung Jung, otherwise known as the Korean Zombie, as the replacement for the match. During an interview with MMA Fighting, we saw Chikadze talk about the possible loss of respect he has for Volkanovski. Absolutely, yeah, Chikadze said. Before that, I kind of messaged him after his last fight. I congratulated him, said Chikadze. Brother, this is a cheap move for me to see. In reference to Volkanovski's response to him on Twitter, he messages me. He retweeted that I'm fighting a top 5 or something, and I'm like, I lost a lot of respect for him. And plus, bro, I'm not here for respect and all this stuff. No friends for me. These guys, I'm here to take over everybody. Smash, you know? I don't need extra friends here. I feel like these people are trying to take my dreams, so I'm gonna fight them. If a fight between Volkanovski and Chikadze happens to go down in a few months, who do you think will win the match? Let us know down below in the comment section. Now, on to some more MMA news.
I thought he would... Brother, this is a cheap move for me, you know, to see he messages me, like he tweeted that I'm fighting top 5 or something. And I lost a lot of respect from him, you know. So, and plus, bro, like I'm not here for respect and all this stuff with these guys. No friends for me. These guys, I'm here to take over everybody's smash. You know, I don't need the extra friends here.
Now we have It's so easy to stream it illegally. Sean O'Malley questions UFC's pay-per-view price increase. The UFC have had an ongoing battle with the prices of their tickets, and fans really aren't happy about it at all. According to BloodyElbow.com, for the third time in 3 years, UFC pay-per-view prices are getting a bump. If you were paying $69.99 in 2021, you'll now fork up $74.99 when you purchase UFC 270, the first pay-per-view event for 2022. It's been quite a jump from the $59.99 that fans shelled out in 2019. There are many people who are quite fine with this price hike as they are getting good enough content for the money, but on the other hand, some people are hating what is happening. More and more people are becoming less likely to pay $70 for the pay-per-view of a UFC match because of the price increase and because of how easily accessible pirated streams are nowadays. Sean O'Malley was recently asked about this ongoing battle with pirated streams during a podcast known as Sugar Sunday Service. What the hell are we doing here, Dana? He said. It's just so easy to stream it illegally. Not talking from experience, but just saying to my friends. O'Malley then made some suggestions on how the organization could tighten up its anti-piracy measures. Whoever's in control of the legal streams and stuff at the UFC, they need someone that's good enough at hacking to, right before the main event starts, every single time they just shut it, right before the good stuff. Someone could do that. Someone smart enough probably could figure it out. They could have a hacking team. The UFC are slowly making it harder and harder to stream the fights illegally, but at the end of the day, there will always be people who find a way to do so. Dana White clearly hates what is going on, as he has personally threatened many of the larger players in the illegal streaming market. More and more people want to stream things nowadays, and they are used to a Netflix model of paying. The UFC really needs to get into the trend of monthly payments instead of large sums for fights, or just find a way to make things cheaper. What do you think about all of this? Let us know in the comments section below. Next up is Jon Jones eager to learn about Gane and Ngannou at UFC 270. It seems like Jon Jones has his eyes on some top names. He recently mentioned that he is going to be watching UFC 270, where the heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou is going to face Cyril Gane. While he says he has no prediction for what could happen during this match, he says he's looking forward to learning about each fighter. He is hoping to gain some knowledge on the top 2 fighters before he makes his debut later this year in the heavyweight division. Really have no clue who's going to win. I'm just excited to watch the fight, he said in a Twitter post on Tuesday. Going to learn so much about them both, no matter how it goes down. And now we have Dana White reveals his top 3 MMA fighters of all time. Dana White recently revealed who he thinks the top 3 MMA fighters of all time are. The ongoing debate on who the top MMA fighters of all time is always changing as more and more players show just how good they are. There have been so many amazing fighters like Jon Jones, George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, Daniel Cormier, and Khabib Nurmagomedov, among countless others. Yet White revealed his top 3 on Tuesday and said that Kamaru Usman is closing the gap to enter that list. Dana White went on to state who he thinks the top 3 names in MMA are. He'd have to go Anderson Silva, GSP, Jones. Usman's getting up there too, Dana White said on the Dave Portnoy show. The names he said shouldn't really be a surprise for anyone who follows the top end of the UFC. Silva had 10 title defenses at middleweight and beat the who's who of the division and even bounced up to light heavyweight at times. St. Pierre was a 2-division champion and reigned over the welterweight division for years. He later returned from a 4-year hiatus to claim the middleweight belt. John Jones, meanwhile, is the youngest champion in UFC history and beat several Hall of Famers during his impressive reign at light heavyweight. Seeing Usman on the list may be a surprise due to the fact that he only won the belt in 2019. However, he has been dominant throughout his career, and after Usman TKO'd Gilbert Burns, White said the Nigerian Nightmare would go down as the welterweight GOAT. It's really cool to finally hear his top 3 people in MMA. Now the people thinking about the top 3 have another person who shows their knowledge. And finally we have Sean O'Malley has eyes on a fat effing contract and killing spree in 2023. Sean O'Malley wants to get back into the action of UFC as quickly as possible. He really wants to ideally get back to his 3 fights a year like he had back in 2020 and 2021, despite the current pandemic limitations in place in the UFC. I look at it one way. If I don't fight till June or July, it gives me time to get better and improve, O'Malley said on his regular YouTube channel show. I haven't been able to train since my fight. I've had a fractured thumb since my fight. I haven't been able to train. I haven't been able to improve until now. I get my cast off soon. That'll give me a couple months to improve. I'm not too worried about it. Ideally, I get 3 fights in a year. That's kind of where my head's at. I don't know if it's because I want more money. I think it's competition. I love competing, but I just want to get back in the game and improve. So if I only get 2, if I get 1 in July and November or December, I might only get 2 this year. I'll fight out the contract, then 2023, boom, fat effing contract, and go on a killing spree. Hopefully Sean O'Malley can get back into the octagon as soon as possible because he sells tickets like many of the other big hitters right now. Dana White knows what he has, even if the two don't always click on every decision. What do you think of O'Malley's words? Let us know in the comment section below. It's going to be a crazy year for the UFC if things go to plan, as we should be seeing some insane rematches and some already spicy clashes come to a head. MMA in general has been doing really well recently, so hopefully things go well going into 2022. And that's the end of today's video. The UFC has been going amazing recently, aside from those increases in price. Hopefully they figure something out sooner rather than later, as their audience is getting sick of it. Hopefully you enjoyed this latest video, and if you did, would you please let us know down in the comment section below? It would be very helpful. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and of course subscribe to the channel with the notification bell rung. Thank you for watching today's video. Bye.